Okay, Charles LeBlanc here, and we're wondering how come the Irving media never covered the video. So somebody just called me, and you are?
My name's Luke LeBrun. I'm with PressProgress, and I was just calling to
PressProgress.
Yeah.
What's that?
We are a progressive news source. I'm based in Ottawa, and our team is spread around the country in a couple other cities. And we primarily focus on Canadian politics from a progressive viewpoint. That's
good. We should have that here in New Brunswick. Did you know there was an election here?
I am aware of that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good, good. So that means it's spread out. Okay, this is not me interviewing you. It's you interviewing me. It's all yours.
Yeah, well, like I said, I just wanted to fact check a couple of things because we noticed your video in a Canadian press story that appeared in news articles around the country. And in the video, you're obviously speaking with Matthew Raymond, who's the accused shooter in that incident last month in Fredericton. Anyways, yeah, so I mean, I was looking at the sign that Matthew Raymond was holding, and it said something about like a million Canucks march, and there's something about M103, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. And I was wondering if you could maybe just give me some, you know, some background on what he was doing there and how you encountered him. It seemed like he was holding a protest, but I wasn't really clear what that protest was about. So, yeah, would you be able to shed any additional light on that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I forgot what it was. It was a period where I think, what was it again? I think the government was going to pass this law that if you spoke racistly against Muslim or immigrants, you know, like they could. I'd say I'm not too familiar with federal issues. Ever since Stephen Harper told the minister to ferme la bouche, I haven't got involved. Anyway, so there was a protest at City Hall a couple of days earlier to speak up on behalf of the Muslim, and I guess this guy was across the street with a blowhorn. I wasn't there, but I hear there was somebody protesting. Now, a couple of days later, myself, here in Fredericton, there's only two streets, Queen Street and King Street. And, you know, I walk around, and I always travel about. If I could hunt down some politician for my blog or anything else. Then I noticed this guy just standing there near the corner of Queen and St. John Street, and just stood there. He wasn't loud. He was just standing there with this sandwich sign, which there was so much information in there that I really couldn't understand what was his sign all about. So and
he was standing by himself.
Yes, there was nobody around him at all.
Okay. Okay.
And what happened is, so I started to chat with him, and we had, you know, just chatting away. And after 10 minutes, I realized that his views was very, very extreme. So then that's where I put my camera on and start questioning him.
Okay. Okay. And so another thing I wanted to follow up on, you mentioned when you were talking about Rebel Media with him, you mentioned I think like a blonde woman on that show on Rebel Media. I think you were referring to Faith Goldie, and you were referring to a story about something involving Fredericton High School with like they put out a bunch of stories a couple of years ago about refugee children, and like they made some allegations about you know, like sexual assault or something like that were I haven't looked too deeply into it, but is that correct? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, I have a friend. He's now passed on, and he used to be a big fan of Rebel Media, and we had many debates. I was always saying, well, it was on Rebel Media, and you're right, I don't know her name. They had this blonde as a host, and really covering issues. And then the issue of Syrians at the Fredericton High School, that male Syrians were touching the boobs of females, and nothing is done. Nothing is done. So me and this other guy, we fought and fought. I said, excuse me, a Syrian touched the boobs of anyone. How come this issue is not in the courts? Well, no, they don't want to offend. I said, bull. So when Matthew came out with Rebel Media, and I was arguing with this other guy, and that's where I said, oh yeah, there is a new site, Rebel Media. Of course, there's nobody charged, and so for me, if it's nobody is charged, you know, I'm
so you think it's a made-up story, basically?
Of course. You know, I mean, this is Fredericton, and Fredericton is a small, I always call it a big town. And there's only 2 streets here, like I said. And immigrants, the last 10 years, they've really been coming more and more and more. And some people, you know, they just, we have a reservation, a native reservation across the river. It's a beautiful one, very smart people, St. Mary's First Nation. And the so-called white people, we had a they had a, you know, the natives had a very, very hard time to be accepted in the community as part of the community. And when it comes to immigrants, well, you know, if they can't accept their own, how are they gonna? So it's not bad, it's good, but there's still some stories out there that I find hard to believe. But at the end, everybody is getting along just fine.
Okay, great. I just want to fact check those 2 things so I had all my facts straight for our story.
I'm a blogger. I never go by my facts.
Yeah, and so as I mentioned in the email too, you're okay with us using your video? That's not a problem?
No, that's no problem. I don't get paid. I don't get paid. Somebody emailed me last night. I hope you're getting paid for every hit the video hits. And no, I don't get paid for this. I just put it out there just to educate.
Yeah, well, we're happy to, you know, we're happy to offer attribution and link to your YouTube video and your channel. So we'll do that. Yeah,
I just put blogger Charles LeBlanc, and then I'll be happy. No, as long as any way to spread the word. I gotta ask you one question. Don't you find it strange that when the shooting happened, I wasn't here, and thank God, and because I got a history with the Fredericton police. Then they said they couldn't find nothing on social media about the shooter. And next thing you know, I find the video, and the Irvings. Have you already heard about the Irvings?
Yeah, I'm aware of who they are.
They own all the newspapers in this province, and they never covered this issue. I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I don't know much about New Brunswick's media scene. Although if you're familiar with Candleland, I think that they did some reporting on that a few years ago that you might want to check out.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about the shooter, like, he doesn't have... I mean, sometimes these guys know what they're going to do, and then they delete all their profiles, so... because they know that people are going to start looking for their information. So, I mean, that could be... You know, who knows? But, I mean, that might be another possibility, too. But, I can't speak to that.
No, but no, is...
you should follow up. You should do some more... sounds like New Brunswick needs some more voices in there.
Oh, yes, we sure do. My God, do we ever do.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks a lot for talking to me. Like I said, I just wanted to get our facts straight. So,
no problem. Do me a favor. You got my email. When you do the story, can you send me a link?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
You have a good day.
Yeah, take care now.
Bye-bye. So this is what? Maritime Noon, Canadian Press, and what they're called again? Progressive. PressProgress. So anyway, it's going across Canada, it's going around the world. Oh my God, 10 minutes. Sorry about that. And but nothing in the Irving media. And I wonder what the problem is. I really, really want to know what the problem is. I mean, 4 people shot dead. Nothing on social media, and I show up with a video. And the Irvings, do they know something that I don't? I gotta question them.